This is a good one. All right, so why don't we actually go ahead, with that in mind, let's go ahead and make your way laying down on the mat in a supine position. You can just gently let the legs extend out from the hip sockets. Let your hands come to rest down by the hips. And your choice today, whether you would like to keep the eyes open or whether you would like to start to close down the eyes, closing down that gaze. And let's start off with some cleansing breaths to our practice today. So you allow yourself to settle down into your mat. Maybe start softening the shoulders away from the ears, releasing that tension out of the fingertips and toes. And when you're ready, let's take a deep breath in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, and then sigh it out through the mouth for 3, 2, 1. Take a little pause here, and we'll repeat that again. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, a little pause, and out for 3, 2, 1. One more time with that cleansing breath. Deep breath in. Draw that life and air in through the nostrils. Let it fill up the lungs. Bring that breath into the belly. And then gently exhale, release that breath away. Sigh it out from the mouth. And then start to find that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. With every inhale, maybe think about finding a little bit more lift in your lungs, a little bit more lift in the chest. And then exhale, feel the chest deflate, feel the belly soften. Breathing in. See if you can start to think about breathing in a little bit more lightness in your mind. And then exhale, letting go of that breath and of your worries. Just allow yourself this time at the beginning of your practice to find some mindful meditation here. Use this time to connect to your breath, to let go of your tension, to let go of your worries. And just allow yourself this time to give back to yourself, to find a little bit more peace in your day, to find a little bit more love and lightness in your heart. So allow yourself this time to breathe. Maybe set an intention for your practice. Maybe you'd like to be a little bit more mindful with your breath today. Maybe you're simply just looking to let go, to find a little bit more peace, whatever it may be. Allow yourself this time to let that intention fill up the mind, let it fill up your senses, and just let go of everything else. I will join you on that. While you're here in this supine position, let's add just a little bit more movement, some gentle movement here. I want you to bring your thumb and your index fingers, the tip of the thumb and index fingers to touch, and then slowly walk the thumb down to the middle finger, and then down to the ring finger, and finally to the pinky. And then slowly make your way, walking that thumb back up to each fingertip, all while maintaining that steady, even-paced breathing. Maybe take note of which variation of which fingertip feels best for you. Which fingertip that thumb touches, you like that little mudra, that little hand pose a little bit more. And whenever you find the one, that mudra that speaks the most to you, whether that be the thumb on the index finger, thumb on the middle, on the ring or the pinky, I want you to take a few breaths there with that mudra. Breathe in through the nose, and breathe out through the nose. One more deep breath In through the nose here, and exhale, release the fingertips away from each other. On your next breath in, let's go ahead and start to waken up a little bit more. Move into a full body stretch, bring the biceps by the ears, point the toes away from the belly button. Try to keep that low back resting in the mat, shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe in to lengthen, exhale to soften. One more breath in to lengthen. And then we'll exhale, release the hands down by the hips, release that tension out of the ankles. Breathe in to draw your left knee in towards your heart and interlace all 10 fingers gently underneath that left kneecap, down underneath that kneecap. We'll start off with a more passive stretch here, just letting that left knee come wherever it naturally may want to. Try to keep all 10 toes gently curled in towards the shin to protect your knee joints. And make sure the upper back is resting into the mat and that low back is flushed into the mat, no tension there. Breathe in and breathe out. So on that next breath in, go ahead and gently begin to engage through the biceps to hug that left knee a little closer into your heart. If you'd like to, you can even rotate that left ankle a few times clockwise and a few times counterclockwise to loosen up some tension in that ankle joint. When you're ready, bring the toes back into flexion. On that next breath in, gently guide your left knee into your left shoulder. Just opening up through that hip flexor, easing some tension out of that IT band. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's add a spinal twist in to start today. When you're ready, inhale, lift your right fingertips up towards the sky. Place the right hand on the outer edge of your left knee and gently guide that left knee across the body. We're gonna let that palm of the foot just hover off of the earth. Open your left arm in line with left shoulders and we'll keep right hand resting on that left knee to start. Your gaze is over towards the left side of the room. You may even feel just a few vertebrae pop or crack as you gently stretch out through that spinal column. Try to keep your shoulder blades resting in the mat. Maintain that open heart. When you're ready, inhale. Come back to the center, half wind relieving pose. All 10 fingertips interlace underneath your left kneecap. Bring your left knee in towards the heart. And from here, exhale, extend that left leg slowly down the length of your mat. Inhale, bring your right knee in towards the chest. And again, starting off with that passive stretch, just let that right knee come wherever is most comfortable for you. All 10 toes are gently flexed in towards the shin. Your low back is flushed into the mat and your shoulder blades are resting in the mat. Think about maintaining that open heart here. You can just let your gaze gently draw up towards the sky. On that next breath in, we'll hug the right knee in towards the heart. And this doesn't have to be a very, very active stretch here. Just add as much tension as you would like to. Engage the biceps as much as you'd like to here. On that next breath in, begin to draw the right knee over to your right shoulder. Feel the right hip flexor gently open up, easing some tension out of that IT band. And then we'll inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky. Place the left hand on the outer edge of your right knee. Exhale, guide that right knee over towards the left side of the room. Open your right arm in line with right shoulder. Left hand can stay resting on that thigh. And then draw your eyes over towards the right side of the room. If you feel like your spinal column's a little tight today, you can keep that right palm of the foot hovering in space. Or you can slowly work to release that palm of the foot down towards the earth. Make sure the shoulder blades are still resting in the mat. And then we'll inhale, come back to your center, half wind relieving pose. Bring the right knee another inch closer to the heart and exhale, slowly extend that right leg down the length of your mat. From here, go ahead and bend both knees, let the palms of the feet rest on the mat. Walk the heels a little closer towards the glutes. Make sure the feet are about hips width distance apart. Let's keep opening up through those hip flexors. When you're ready, inhale, lift the left palm of the foot off of the mat. Cross the left ankle on top of right thigh, and then use your left hand gently guide that left inner thigh away from the center of the body. You should still feel the shoulders resting on the mat, or at least resting down away from the ears. Your low back is fully supported by your mat here. Keep those left toes gently curled in position to protect that knee joint. You should feel this stretching out across this left IT band, that left hip flexor. And when you're ready, inhale, we're gonna lift the right palm of the foot off of the mat. All 10 fingers come to interlace behind your right thigh. Keep the right shin parallel to the earth, and you can use your left elbow to gently press that left knee away as you simultaneously inhale, draw the right knee a little closer in towards the heart. This is a deeper stretch of that left hip flexor. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Can you draw that right knee in a little closer? And then exhale, release the right palm of the foot down towards the mat. And cross that left leg and inhale, bring right ankle to rest on top of left thigh. Use your right palm of the hand, gently guide that right inner thigh away from the midline of the body. Make sure you're maintaining that open heart, broad chest. That low back is resting on the mat. And on your next breath in, interlace all 10 fingers behind that left thigh while you lift the left palm of the foot off the mat. Bring left shin parallel to the earth. And then again, use that right elbow to gently keep your right knee pressed away from the body. With every inhale, you can hug that left knee a little closer into the chest. Breathe it out. Inhale, draw that left knee a little closer. You should feel this mostly stretching out across that right hip flexor. And then when you're ready, exhale, release that left palm of the foot down towards the mat. Release right palm of the foot down towards the mat. Again, walk the heels a little closer in towards the glutes. The feet are hips distance apart. Go ahead and place the palms of the hands to frame the width of your hips. Spread all 10 fingertips nice and wide. And you draw the shoulder blades together. So that way the upper back is resting entirely on the mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose and slowly lift the hips off of the earth. Start to squeeze through the glutes and draw that navel gently in towards your spinal column. No tension here in the neck. No tension in the chest. Let your shoulders support you in our first bridge pose. Take another deep breath in through the nose, and then we will exhale. Lower the seat down towards the mat. Whenever you're ready, let's inhale, lift the seat back up towards the sky, find that bridge pose. And if you'd like to start opening up through the chest and the shoulders a little bit more this time, you can walk the shoulder blades as close as they can come towards each other. Make a fist with the palm of your hands. Keep that fist directly underneath your glutes, resting on the mat. And again, the chin is just gently away from the chest. There's no tension in your low back. You're stretching out through the glutes. Warming up through the quads a little, and opening up through the heart even more. Whenever you're ready, gently unwind, walk the shoulder blades away, palms of the hands, come back down towards the mat, exhale, sink the seat back down into the earth, inhale, bring both knees in towards the chest for double wind relieving pose. Let yourself sway to the right and sway to the left, massage out through that low back. Try to keep your sacrum resting in the mat. That way we're not drawing our knees too closely in towards the heart today. We're going to start to open up through the hamstrings a little bit more. So whenever you're ready, return to the center of your mat. From here, we'll place the palm of the hands down by the hips. Start to come into a supine tabletop position by bringing the quads in line with the hips. The shins are parallel to the earth. Toes are gently flexed. From here, we'll inhale, gently begin to extend both legs to legs up the wall, quads are in line with the hips, and then exhale, slowly lower your right leg down to rest onto the mat. If you find that this left hamstring is pretty tight, you can lower that left leg down about 6 inches, so that way your left big toe is reaching towards that line on the ceiling where the wall meets the ceiling. That little crease there. If you'd like to start getting a little deeper into your hamstring, on that next inhale, lift the fingertips towards the sky, gently lift the shoulder blades off of the mat, bring all 10 fingers to interlace behind your left thigh, and as you inhale, you can draw the left knee closer in towards the face. Exhale, you can soften that tension out. Inhale, we draw left knee a little closer in towards the face. Exhale, soften, make sure you're not wrapping around that knee. The hands are either on that thigh, or for a little extra length, you can place the palms of the hands on the back side of the calves. Exhale, soften one more time. Inhale, let's lengthen, and we'll stay here just for 2 breath cycles. Breathe in, and breathe out. One more breath in. And then exhale, soften that tension out of that left leg. Bring that left knee to bend, and then we'll lift the right leg coming back into that supine tabletop position. Make sure your low back is resting in the mat. Quads are in line with the hips. Shins are parallel to the earth. From here, begin to inhale. Again, extend both legs, so legs up the wall. Flex through the toes, so that way the palms of the feet are walking on the sky. Whenever you're ready, take a deep breath in and exhale slowly with control. Lower that left leg down. If your right hamstring is tight, go ahead and soften that right leg down a few degrees. So that way, again, that right toes are pointing in towards that crease of the sky instead, or that crease where the wall meets the ceiling instead. And then whenever you feel ready from here, go ahead, lift fingertips up towards the sky. Inhale, gently lift shoulder blades off of the mat. Keep the chin away from the chest. Bring all 10 fingertips behind your right thigh, and we'll inhale, gently draw that right thigh closer in towards the body. Exhale, soften that tension out. Inhale, draw right thigh in. Exhale, soften out. And again, if you'd like a little bit more length, a little bit more leverage, you can place palms in here from the backs of the calves. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and find your point of most resistance, the point that will help you allow to stretch that hamstring out as much as you'd like, and stay there for 2 breath cycles. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more breath in, and then exhale, gently release both legs back into that supine tabletop position with the low back leg flush into the mat, quads in line with the hips, shins parallel to the earth. Beautiful job. From here, go ahead and bring both knees in towards the heart. Interlace all 10 fingers underneath your kneecaps. And give yourself a nice big hug here in double wind relieving pose. Let's go ahead. As you're ready, start to rock and roll gently on your mat. Maybe a few times forward, a few times back, until you are up in a seated position with the sit bones resting on the mat. Palms of the feet are resting on the earth to start. And from here, let's get a little deeper into those hamstrings today. When you're ready, you can begin to extend the legs down the length of your mat. Make sure your sit bones are rooted in towards the mat, and we're creating an L shape with our body here, with the upper body parallel to the front side of the room. You can let the palms of the hands rest on the thighs. I'm just going to point and flex through the toes, ease some tension out of the ankles. You can even rotate the ankles clockwise and counterclockwise. And then whenever you're ready, bring all 10 toes to gently flex. Inhale, we'll lift fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, hinge just through the hips. Try to maintain that long line down your spine. Slowly release the fingertips just down to the ankles to start today. You can have a slight bend in the elbows. Try to keep shoulders away from the ears. If the hamstrings are really tight, you can even bring palms of the hands onto the shins instead. Breathe in, find a little bit more lift in the spinal column. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale to lift, and exhale to fold. Remember, this is our first seated forward fold, so it's okay for the hamstrings to be tight. Move at your own pace. Move with your body. Try not to fight it today. Breathe in 1 more time. Exhale. We'll stay here for 2 breath cycles. Keep the chin gently away from the chest. We really want to find that length from the spinal column here. On your next inhale, we'll lift fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, release the hands to heart center. From here, go ahead and open that left leg out in line with your left hip. We'll bring the opposite palm of the foot to rest on that left thigh. I'm going to pivot over towards you. Whenever you're ready, our hands are at heart center. We will inhale, sweep fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, pivot the body over towards that left leg, and then gently again, lowering down, maintaining that length in the spinal column into a single leg forward fold. Think about keeping your heart directly over the knees. Keep shoulders away from the ears, slight bend in the elbows. Inhale to lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold, and the hands don't have to wrap around the toes. They can just rest on the shins, around the ankles, whatever helps you to get a little bit deeper into this left hamstring. Whenever you're ready, we'll stay here for 2 breath cycles. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more deep breath in. 1 more gentle exhale out, and then inhale, lift the fingertips back up towards the sky, center the body to the front side of the room. When you're ready, exhale, release left hand down to left ankle or around left toes. Gently release right fingertips over right ear. Make sure both sit bones are still resting on the mat. Maybe lift the chin away from the chest for a little side body stretch here. Breathe in, and as you exhale, maybe get a little deeper. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lengthen across that right side of the body. Then when you're ready, we'll inhale, lift all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take that to the other side. Gently extend your right leg out from your right hip. Bring that left palm of the foot to rest on the inner right thigh. Whenever you feel centered, make sure sit bones are resting in the mat. We'll inhale, press all 10 fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, pivot the body to face that right leg. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, hinge through the hips. Let the sit bones stay connected to the mat. Gently release down to a single-legged forward fold. Hands can start on the shins if that feels better here. You can start on the ankles, or you can go ahead and wrap them around the palms of the foot. And again, inhale, we lift. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Try to keep shoulders away from the ears and move with your breath until you find that point of resistance. And we'll be here for 2 breath cycles. Breathe in and breathe out. Another breath in, another breath out, and then we'll inhale, lift all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Center the body to face the front side of the room. Exhale, release right fingertips down either towards the right toes or onto right ankle. Gently reach the left fingertips over left ear. Your eyes are gently drawn up towards the front side of the room, up towards the sky. Your hip bones are resting in the mat. Your sit bones are resting in the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. On that next inhale, we'll lift all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. And from here, we'll gently extend both legs out from the hip sockets. Make sure the sit bones are rooted in towards the mat. Whenever you're ready, inhale, we'll press all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Flip the palms of the hands to face the front side of the room. Exhale, slowly release the fingertips down in between the thighs towards the earth. You don't have to reach them very far. If it's more comfortable to keep the fingertips a little closer in towards the midline, this is a great place to be. We're going to start to open up and stretch through the inner thighs and the groin, so take your time here. Breathe in to lengthen. Exhale, maybe walk the fingertips a little further away. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, walk them a little further away. One more time, inhale to lengthen, and exhale. Find that point of most resistance. Make sure all 10 toes are gently flexed. You should feel this stretching across those inner thighs. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And then slowly walk the fingertips back in towards the midline. And let's even that out with a bound angle. Gently bring the palms of the feet to come to touch your knees. Release down towards the mat. If the hip flexors are still pretty tight, keep the palms of the feet a little further away from the midline. If you'd like to increase that range of motion, you can work to bring the heels a little closer in towards the body. Let's start off with the palms of the hands, just gently clasping our ankles. Take a deep breath in and exhale, sigh that breath away. Take another deep breath in and another exhale, sigh it out. And then whenever you're ready from here, go ahead and place the palms of the hands underneath the outer edges of the thighs, underneath the outer edges of the knees. Inhale, we'll slowly bring the knees to close like the pages of a book. Let the palms of the feet come to rest on the mat. And we'll give ourselves a double wind relieving pose here in a seated position. So let the sit bones root into the mat. Walk the feet a little closer in until maybe you can point the toes into the earth. And then flex the toes up towards the sky. Point the toes and flex. One more time, point the toes and flex. Whenever you're ready, let the palms of the feet come back down onto the mat and gently bring the feet behind you, coming into a tabletop position now. All 4 fingers, or all 10 fingers, are spread out nice and wide on your mat. You can either keep the tops of the feet rooted in towards the mat, or if you prefer, you can plant toes into the mat if that's more comfortable. Whenever you're ready from here, come into your neutral spinal alignment. Make sure your eyes are gazing gently down towards the earth, so that way even the neck is in that neutral alignment. As you take that next deep inhale in, lift through the head and heart, sink through the belly. And we're going to hold this cow pose for an exhale. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, go ahead and round up with the spinal column in the opposite direction. Press up with the shoulders to the chest. And breathe in here in cat. Exhale out in cats. And then on your next breath in, move into your cow once again. And from here, we're going to move with our breath. Exhale for cat. And inhale for cow. Another exhale for cat. And then inhale, neutral, tabletop position. Beautiful job. Think about keeping shoulders just gently over the wrists. Knees are underneath your hips. Whenever you are ready from here, bring big toes to touch. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, gently press the hips back towards the heels. Moving into our child's pose. Fingertips are just gently resting on the mat. The forehead can rest on the mat. And you can start to widen your child's pose if you prefer. You can open the knees to about the width of your mat and then let that belly fall in between the thighs. Let yourself breathe here. Relax. There's no tension in the low back, no tension in the neck. And we're going to move into threaded needle next to open up through the shoulders a bit more. So whenever you are ready, let's go ahead and inhale. Lift your right palm of the hand up towards the sky. Open your right heart towards the side of the room. As you exhale, we'll bring right arm underneath left shoulder. Let your right temple rest on the mat, right fingertips lift up towards the sky. The sit bones can either stay resting on the hips or on the heels, or if you prefer, you can gently inhale. Lift the hips slightly off of the heels to add just a little bit of your own body weight into that right shoulder. Help it open up a little bit more. Remember to keep breathing. And when you're ready, gently unthread that needle. We'll lift right hand back up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand down towards the earth, center child's pose. As you inhale, we'll lift left arm up towards the sky. Open your heart towards the side of the room. Exhale, thread left arm underneath right shoulder. Left temple rests on the mat. The left palm of the hand flips up towards the sky. Again, those hips can stay resting on the heels. Or if you'd like to, you can inhale gently. Lift the hips off of the heels. Add a little bit of your own body weight into this threaded needle. Remember to keep breathing. And then when you're ready, gently inhale. Unthread the needle, lift the fingertips up towards the sky. And then we'll exhale, center child's pose. On your next inhale, slowly lift the hips off the heels. Adjusting your position, come back into that neutral tabletop position. Knees underneath the hips, shoulders stacked over the wrists. When you're ready, let's begin to plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale, slowly lift the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, gently release the heels towards the earth. And let's start to cut off our legs in this first down dog. Bend your right knee while you extend the left heel towards the mat. And as you take that next breath in, swap it out to the other side. Exhaling to hold this position. Inhale to swap it out. Exhale to hold that stretch. And then breathe in, swap it out to the other side. Exhale here. Just moving through this walking of the dog, nice and slow. Really stretching out through the hamstrings. Walk it out one more time to each side. And then when you're ready, meet me in your center down dog. The hamstrings are tight. You can have a bend in the knees. Try to maintain that inverted V shape with the body. Make sure shoulders are away from the ears. Let yourself breathe in through the nose. And as you exhale, walk the toes in towards the fingertips for our first forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you would like to let that belly rest on the thighs. The crown of the head reaches towards the earth. And go ahead and wrap opposite arm around opposite elbow. And let yourself sway to the right. Then sway to the left in our rag doll. And then whenever you're ready, return to that center forward fold. Let the fingertips come to rest on the mat. On your next breath in, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, finding your halfway lift, stopping when you've found that strong flat back. Palms of the hands are gently resting on the shins. There's a slight bend in the knees. Keep the shoulder blades away from the ears. Breathe in through the nose. And as you exhale, release all 10 fingertips in front of the toes. Put your fingertips in towards the mat. We're going to move into pyramid pose. Keeping your right foot rooted where it's at. Take a slight bend in the knees. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, step your left foot just 2 to 3 feet away from that front right foot. It should feel as if your 2 feet are like on 2 train tracks going towards the front side of the room. You can start off with a deeper bend in this right knee, and as you're ready, inhale, gently press right thigh to the back side of the room. Exhale, soften it out. Inhale, draw right thigh to the back side of the room. Exhale to soften, check in. Make sure that left thigh is still pointed down towards the mat. Whenever you're ready, find your point of most resistance. You feel just that little bit of tension here in this back right hamstring. I encourage you to check in with your shoulders. Make sure the shoulders aren't hunching in towards the ears. You're maintaining that long line down the entire spinal column. You can even tuck the chin towards the chest to get a little deeper into this pyramid pose. And when you're ready, exhale, soften, bend through that right knee, step the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. If you'd like to, you can even ragdoll here for a little reprieve. And then come back to the center of the mat. Let the fingertips come down towards the earth. Inhale again, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time into your halfway lift. We're not locking out through the knees. There's a slight bend here. The back is flat. Press the hips to the back side of the room. Front of the head reaches towards the front. And then exhale, release down into your forward fold. Let's take that pyramid pose to the other side. Really pressing fingertips in towards the mat to get a little lift. Keep your left foot rooted, bend through the knees, take a deep breath in, exhale, step the right foot 2 to 3 feet away from that front left foot. Try to keep the right hip pointed towards the front side of the room. You can start off with a deep bend in that left knee, and when you're ready, inhale, press left thigh back. Exhale, soften it out. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to soften. Make sure your shoulders are away from the ears here. And on this next one, inhale. Lengthen until you find that point of resistance for you. If you would like to, you can keep that neck in a neutral position, or you can tuck the chin in towards the chest to get a little deeper in your pyramid pose. Both palms of the feet are resting firmly but flat on the mat. Remember to breathe. Try not to hold your breath, and whenever you feel ready, exhale, bend through that left knee, step your right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. On that next inhale, let yourself roll up 1 vertebra at a time, all the way into our first Tadasana. Really taking our time to make our way off of the mat today. Whenever you come into Tadasana, let the palms of the hands come down to rest by the hips. Make sure feet are hips width distance apart. Soften the shoulders down the length of the spine. From here, as you inhale, let's sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale, we'll bring our hands to heart center. Release the fingertips away down towards the hips. And then inhale, fingertips back up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. You can move through this with the gaze towards the front side of the room. If you prefer, you can even start to match that movement of the head and neck. The movement of the fingertips. Inhale to lift chin away. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, release. 1 more breath cycle here. Inhale, lift up towards the sky and staying here in extended mountain. Exhale, release the chin to neutral position. You can either wrap that left hand around your right wrist, or you can take a steeple grip with the fingers. Inhale to lengthen up towards the ceiling, soften shoulders away. Exhale, let's go for that side body stretch. Reach over towards the left side of the room. Shoulders can't stay square to the front. Try to avoid rolling this right elbow over right shoulder. We're staying lifted and tall today. When you're ready, inhale, come to the center. And exhale, going towards the opposite side. Another inhale to reach it back up towards the center. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. From here, take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, we'll gently bend through the knees, inclining upper body 45 degrees forward. Shift your weight into the heels, finding your chair. Hands can stay at heart center of the chair, or if you prefer, they can even come out in line with the shoulders. If you have even more energy to burn, you can bring fingertips up towards the sky. Try to not let the knees flare out towards the sides of the room. Think about drawing the knees in towards the midline of the body. Can you lift all 10 toes and step them back down to the mat? On that next inhale, we'll slowly rise back up to stand. Tadasana, beautiful job. Let's move into some balance work. When you're ready, go ahead and shift your weight over to your standing left leg. On your next inhale, we'll slowly lift that opposite right leg 90 degrees off of the mat and check in with the hips here. They should be in about a neutral alignment with both. If you place your fingertips on your hip bones, you should see that the fingertips point towards each other. Left toes are gently flexed. Hands are at heart center. And if you come out of your balance, it's okay. Take your time to come back in. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale. Can you extend that left foot towards the front side of the room, or your right foot towards the front side of the room? Even here, try not to let this right hip lift up towards the sky. Keep the hips in a neutral position. You can even lower that right leg a little down towards the earth to help you maintain your balance. And when you're ready, exhale, bend back through that knee, finding stork, and then set that palm of the foot down towards the mat. Maybe shake out that tension in that standing balancing leg. When you're ready, we'll come back into Tadasana at the center. Start to shift your weight over to your standing right leg this time. When you're ready, inhale, slowly lift the left leg 90 degrees off of the mat. And again, check in with the hip bones. You should find that the fingertips resting on the hips will point directly towards each other. Try not to let this left hip lift higher than the right. If you find that to be the case, bring that left palm of the foot a little closer towards the earth. Try to keep your gaze on something still and moving. And whenever you're ready, deep breath in. Exhale, gently extend that palm of the foot towards the front side of the room. You can lower that leg a little closer down towards the earth, and that will help you to maintain your balance while maintaining your deep alignment. Hands are at heart center. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in, and then as you exhale, bend through that left knee, coming into stork. Exhale, set that palm of the foot down towards the mat. Beautiful job. Whenever you're ready, inhale, lift all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, finding your forward fold. Let all 10 fingertips rest into the mat, keeping the right foot rooted where it's at. Bend through the knees, let the belly rest on the thigh. Let the palms of the hands rest into the mat. Deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, step just your left foot towards the back edge of your mat, finding your runner's lunge here. So with this runner's lunge, your right knee is at 90 degrees, your gaze is towards the front side of the room, your back left heel is lifted. Whenever you're ready, we'll pivot that back left foot a little bit more parallel to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, slowly rise up, finding warrior two. So the heart is open over towards the left side of the room. Your fingertips are pointed in line with the shoulders. Your eyes are over that front right middle finger. If you would like to narrow your stance today, you're welcome to heel toe that back left leg in a few times until you're comfortable here. If you prefer, you can even bring hands onto the hips today. Whatever feels good for you. Beautiful job. Let yourself breathe. Exhale, lower the hips another inch, and whenever you're ready, inhale, reverse that right palm of the hand up towards the sky, and then we'll exhale, reverse our warrior. Keep the right fingertips lifted up towards the ceiling, so that way you can lengthen a little bit more through that right side of the body. And when you're ready, exhale, release into your warrior two, and then we'll cartwheel the hands all the way back down to a runner's lunge. Pivot all 10 toes forward. From here, move the right palm of the hand to the inner edge of your right knee. The right knee is still bent 90 degrees. Pivot this way. Right knee is still bent 90 degrees. Back left heel's lifted. Palms of the hands are underneath the shoulders. Whenever you're ready, exhale. Release the left knee down towards the mat. Plant the top of the left foot in towards the earth. Maintaining this 90-degree bend in your right knee. You can either stay here on the palms of the hands in your lizard stretch, or you can exhale down onto the forearms. If you prefer, you can even release all the way down with the forehead resting on the mat. Now, this is a very deep stretch of this right hip flexor, so move with your body. Take your time coming into whatever feels good for you while maintaining that right knee over right ankle. And just let yourself breathe. Feel that left quad open up and stretch. Feel that right hip flexor also open up and stretch. And then when you're ready from here, we'll inhale, walk back up onto the palms of the hands about shoulders width apart. Gently move your right palm of the hand to this inner edge of the right thigh. And we're gonna gently open up through that hip a little bit more. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot until that right palm of the foot is facing over towards this left side of the room. Breathe in and breathe out. And then slowly bring that palm of the foot back down towards the mat. Frame that front right foot with all 10 fingers. Plant your left toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift that left knee off for a runner's lunge. Whenever you're ready from here, plant all 10 fingertips in towards the mat. You can step that right foot to the back edge of your mat for a high plank. If you prefer, you can just let the knees come down towards the mat for a plank variation. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, no plank, or you can come all the way down towards the earth. Inhale for up dog or cobra, your choice. And then exhale, toes in towards the mat, down dog. Beautiful job. And just allow yourself 3 breath cycles here to enjoy your down dog. Again, if hamstrings are tight, have a bend in the knees so that way you can maintain that neutral spinal alignment instead. And then whenever you're ready, we'll step toes up towards the fingertips. One more forward fold. Now with this forward fold, make sure you're bending the knees as much as you'd like to, so that way you feel no tension in that low back. You're just letting the belly rest on the thighs. And if you'd like to add a bind here, you're welcome to do so. You can either just enjoy that ragdoll arm position. If your neck is feeling tight, you can place all 10 fingers in the small of your neck and gently stretch the crown of the head towards the earth. If your shoulders are tight, you can sweep fingertips towards the sky, make a fist with the hands, and then extend that fist to the ceiling. Or if your hamstrings are tight, you can bend the knees a little deeper, wrap the forearms around the backside of the calves, and then gently begin to extend the hips up towards the sky. Just use this time to find what feels good for you. Remember to keep breathing. We're not holding our breath. And then whenever you're ready, begin to release whatever bind you may have had. All 10 fingertips come to rest into the mat. Inhale, let's take a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse one dive. Sweep all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. And again, either taking that wrist grip or take that steeple grip with the fingers. Can you soften the shoulders down away from the ears? Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, fold over to the right side of the room to start. Inhale to lift. And exhale over to the left. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, breathe in through the nose. And exhale, hinge through the hips, bend the knees. Incline upper body 45 degrees for your chair. And you lift all 10 toes and then set them back down onto the earth. And again, your upper body's inclined 45 degrees. Try not to let the knees flare out. They're gently drawn in towards the midline. Take another deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale to lower the seat another inch, and then inhale, rise up to stand. Maybe press the fingertips up towards the sky, and then exhale, swan dive back down into that forward fold. With the belly rest on the thighs. Keep all 10 fingertips pointed in towards the mat. Rooting through the left foot this time. Whenever you're ready, bend through the knees. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, step your right foot all the way to the back edge of your mat. So the feet are about hips width apart. All 10 toes are pointed forward. You can be on the palms of the hands or the fingertips. You draw the eyes forward in your runner's lunge. Make sure left knee is over left ankle, and then we'll pivot back of the right foot parallel to the back edge of your right mat. Inhale, slowly rise up, find your warrior two. You don't have to take a very wide stance today. If you prefer, you can also have that right foot up 2 times and take a more narrow variation of warrior two. Just make sure this left knee is bent 90 degrees over left ankle. Your heart is open to the right side of the room, and your arms are in line with the shoulders. Your gaze is over that front left middle finger. As you inhale, put that left palm of the hand up towards the sky. Exhale, lift the left hand up towards the ceiling while right hand comes to rest on that back right leg. There's no change in alignment of your legs. Maintain your warrior integrity. Lift the gaze up towards the sky. Feel that length in the left side of your body. And then exhale, release into warrior two. Cartwheel the hands all the way down. Pivot the right toes to face the front side of the room. Runner's lunge. We're going to move into that lizard lunge now. So move your left hand to the inner edge of that left foot. Left knee over left ankle. Exhale, release right knee down towards the mat. Plant the top of the right foot in towards the earth. And you can stay lifted here on the palms of the hands in a tall lizard. You can also exhale down onto the forearms. Just try not to let that left knee draw forward or push back. It's going to be directly over your left ankle. And for that deepest variation, you can even extend fingertips towards the front side of the room, let the forehead come down to rest on the mat. Just finding what feels good for you today. Ease that tension out of the right quad, open up to your left hip, and just breathe. Try not to let the shoulders hunch up towards the ears. Think about maintaining that long line down the neck, getting all that length and space. And then when you're ready, you will inhale, walk back up onto the palms of the hands. Make sure the palms of the hands are about shoulders width apart. From here, place your left hand on the inner edge of this left thigh. Gently roll that left palm of the foot off of the mat until that left outer edge of the foot is resting on the mat. Try not to lean over towards the right. You want to stay centering your weight distribution. You're just opening up through this left inner thigh a little bit more. Remember to keep breathing and enjoy these stretches. When you're ready, inhale, roll that left palm of the foot back down onto the mat. We'll bring the left palm of the hand to frame that front left foot. Plant right toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the right knee off, runner's lunge with the gaze forward. Give yourself a smile. Plant the palms of the hands in towards the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. High plank, or again, you can take that plank variation with the knees on the mat. Whenever you're ready from here, inhale, lean the plank forward. Exhale, low plank, or you can lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Soft the heels towards the earth. Lift the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in, and when you're ready, exhale, we're going to bend through the knees, stretch ever so slightly, and then you lower your left forearm down towards the mat and right forearm down towards the mat. Make sure the elbows are underneath the shoulders. Spread all 10 fingertips wide for your baby dolphin. You're maintaining that inverted V shape here. You keep the knees bent, or if you'd like to, you can move it to full dolphin, gently extending through the legs. Think about lifting the hips up towards the sky. The crown of the head is hovering about ½ an inch off the earth. Breathe in and breathe out. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently bend through the knees, set the knees down towards the mat, big toes touch. Release your hips towards the heels. Gently soften your shoulder blades down the length of the spine, child's pose. You find that any tension at all built up through your shoulders throughout our practice. You can sweep the fingertips towards the heels for embryo. And just let yourself breathe and relax here. Deep breath in. Maybe some cleansing breaths, sighing that breath out through the mouth. Breathe it in and breathe it out. And then whenever you're ready from here, go ahead and bring all 10 fingertips to face the front side of the room. Slowly walk fingertips in towards knees, coming up into a seated hero's pose. So again, the hips rest on the heels, all of the hands rest on the inner thighs. Let me take a moment, rotate the shoulders a few times towards the ears, and then back down the line of the spine and let them soften here. You can keep the palms of the hands resting on the thighs, or if you'd like to, take a moment, bring the palms of the hands to heart center in your hero's pose. Take a moment, maybe closing down the eyes, shutting down the gaze. Breathe in through the nose. And as you exhale out through the nose, can you tuck the chin towards the chest? On that next breath in, gently lift the chin up towards the sky, away from the chest. And just allow yourself to trust in your senses here with the eyes closed. Exhale, release the chin towards the chest. And one more inhale, chin up to the sky, away from the chest. And finally, release that chin back to a neutral position. You can gently begin to open up the eyes once again. Whenever you're ready, release the palms of the hands. Frame the width of your hips gently. Extend the legs out in front of you. So again, we're letting the sit bones rooting towards the mat. All 10 toes are gently flexed. Inhale, sink fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, one more, seated forward fold, just hinging through the hips, maintaining that long line down the length of the spine. You don't have to worry about reaching for the toes. Maybe the shins feel more comfortable today, or the ankles. Try to keep shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in, and exhale, fold it here. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to fold. You're ready, inhale, lift all 10 fingertips back up towards the sky. Exhale, slowly release one vertebrae down at a time. Try to keep the biceps by the ears. Put your way into a full body stretch. Laying down on the mat, point the toes. Reach the fingers away from the belly button. Breathe in through the nose. And out through the nose. Another breath in. And then exhale, soften that tension out of the body. From here, you're welcome to take any final stretches that you would like to take before we move into Shavasana today. Maybe you'd like to take a bound angle. Maybe you'd like to take legs up the wall, another bridge pose. I want you to just find this time to listen to your body, to let it call and speak to you, to find that final release. Or if you know you're simply ready, you can go ahead and come into that supine position, letting the legs gently extend from the hip sockets, hands down by the hips. Or you can take Shavasana in any other position that you'd like to take today. Maybe you feel more comfortable with the knees slightly bent. Maybe you'd like to take the legs up the wall, with the legs supported against the wall. Maybe even moving into a bound angle. You can even take Shavasana in a seated position, finding that meditative state there. Take a few more breaths to enjoy those final stretches. And then whenever you're ready, allow yourself to release down onto your mat. Go ahead and find whatever position it is that you'd like to take for Shavasana today. Wherever you're at though, you take a moment to soften the shoulders away from the ears. And you release that tension out of the fingertips and toes, just letting the fingertips just naturally curl in. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and start to close down the eyes, shutting down the gaze. Take a deep breath in through the nose, draw that sweet life and air through the nostrils, fill it up through the lungs, and then exhale, sigh that breath away. And allow yourself to return to your own natural pattern of breathing. You don't have to focus too much on the pace of your breath. See if you can start to let go of that focus instead. You let your thoughts start to slip out of the mind, let them drift like clouds passing the sky. Maybe even releasing the furrow between the brows, relaxing through the jaw, letting go of anything that may be weighing heavy in your hearts or your mind today. Instead, allow yourself this time to surrender and release. Let yourself find your way into that meditative state for Shavasana today.
felt by the people of the aggressor nations. The old appeals to racial, sexual, religious chauvinism and to rabid nationalist fervor are beginning not to work. A new consciousness is developing which sees the earth as a single organism and recognizes that an organism at war with itself is doomed.
And whenever you're ready, begin to wiggle the fingertips, wiggle the toes, bringing that life and sensation slowly back into the mind and into the body. Whenever you're ready from here, maybe take a deep breath in through the nose, finding that lightness in your heart. And exhale, release that breath away. And when you're ready, gently roll over onto one side of the mat. You can keep your eyes closed as you allow yourself to begin to awaken here, basking in its final moments of stillness and peace. And whenever you're ready, allow yourself to press up into an easy seated position. Let one leg cross on top of the other. Let your sit bones connect to the mat and root down to the earth. Bring the palms of the hands to rest on your inner thighs. And from here, we'll inhale, sweep our fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale, bringing your thumbs to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing in your practice with me this evening. It is truly a blessing to see each and every single one of you on the mat. And may love and light continue to enter in your life, leading and guiding your actions through the rest of today and through the rest of your days. Namaste. Thank you guys for a great practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday evening and a beautiful weekend too.
Thank you, Ashley.